Staying in corpse pose. Once you have reached the level of relaxation true corpse pose means, there are several ways you can continue the practice. The exercises you have been doing so far were only to allow you to get into the pose. Now that you are there, you can proceed in a number of ways, some of which will be described here. Do not let yourself be restricted by the few simple methods discussed below. Corpse pose holds an infinite array of possibilities. Letting your intuition guide you on the journey ahead might prove as useful as following a predetermined method. Square breathing. This breathing method has been described earlier in this book in greater detail. See square or circular breathing under breathing techniques. To stay in corpse pose without further effort and reap most of its benefits, be it relaxation of the body or the quieting of the mind, square breathing is an ideal companion. This way, your focus will remain in your abdomen as you will focus on your breath. When you start watching the lengths of the inhales, exhales, holds and pauses, you may wish to listen to your heart beating. If you are really quiet, you would be able to distinguish its sound. If you choose to time your breathing to your heartbeats, chances are that your heart rate will still go lower as you continue to focus. This way true square breathing is only achieved once you have reached absolute quietness. It is not advisable to use a metronome at this stage. If you do not like counting your heartbeats, it could also be possible just to count in yourself, although keep in mind that your counting will most likely not be even. Practice as long as you like. The longer you maintain the pose, the greater the relaxation response you may get out of it. Diaphragmatic breathing. This breathing technique will bring out the true meaning of corpse pose. The goal is to quiet your breathing as much as it becomes nearly invisible. Although the technique might appear intimidating, when you are in Shavasana, it might be easier than it seems to achieve real diaphragmatic breathing. You can first practice square breathing, and when your focus is fully on your breath, you may continue with this technique. To achieve diaphragmatic breathing, focus strongly on your breath. Practice simple abdominal breathing for a while, with a strong focus on the movement of your abdominal wall. As you are fully relaxed, with each inhale, your belly should feel heavier than usual as it rises, and each exhale would seem to happen almost automatically as your descending belly pushes the air out. Watch your breathing closely and observe the movement of the abdomen. Stay here long enough, with a strong, undivided focus. Do not try to control your breathing in any way, only watch it happen. Observe passively and notice of how it changes. Your breathing will naturally slow down, until it is barely observable, but still present. The real challenge starts here. While maintaining the focus on your breath, shift the focal point from your belly to your diaphragm, inside your body. Try to sense its movement. Do not worry if you cannot do this at first, just pay very close attention to where you think your diaphragm is. Just watch and observe, be passive and feel your breath. If you do not get a feel of it for the first time you try, you may need more than one practice session. Patience is more important here than with any other technique. If you can sense your diaphragm, keep a strong focus on it. Watch it move. Feel as it contracts, pulling on your lungs, making you inhale, and feel it relax, pushing up the lung, making you exhale. You can also picture this movement, if you have good visualization skills. Watch it move up and down inside your body, feel it doing all the breathing. Let it do the work. Be passive, observant, and very patient. This will take a long time. Eventually you will notice that the movement of the diaphragm has become less pronounced. You will feel it doing less work. It will have quieted down to an almost unnoticeable movement. At this stage, for the outside observer you will look just like you have stopped breathing. Neither your chest, nor your belly would show any sign of breathing, you would appear perfectly still and motionless. The same will happen to your system. Due to the lower oxygen intake, your bodily functions will slow down considerably. Your digestive system, being one of the main energy consumers inside, will temporarily shut down. Your brain, also needing a large amount of oxygen to function, will turn quieter, your brain function barely noticeable. There will be no thoughts coming to disturb, you will sense true quietness, calmness and peace. If you have made it this far, you are in real corpse pose, the ultimate Shavasana. Not many are capable to achieve this state, not because the lack of ability, but because the overcharged nervous system, modern lifestyle impose on people. Regardless of how far down the road you get, You will benefit from such practice enormously, as your nervous and every other bodily system craves silence and quietness. When you arrive here, the greatest challenge will be to stay awake, as when so far relaxed it is very easy to fall asleep. Falling asleep in corpse pose is not necessarily a bad thing, as such sleep could be the most relaxing, refreshing experiences you have ever associated with sleeping, a whole new dimension of resting. You should always allow sufficient time to practice, as there will always be a chance of falling asleep, even if you are more experienced in meditation. If you wish to continue the practice, however, you must keep your mind awake, which will require a trained focus and a considerable amount of practice. Beyond corpse pose, there are many opportunities as to where you can proceed from here. You could direct your focus up to your mind, or even outside the body to try and sense the energy field surrounding you, making it a fluid body or even bodiless experience. You can try the crown chakra meditation in this state, as it will be probably much easier to achieve. You could do death meditation, that is the contemplation of being dead and leaving behind your body and worldly possessions, becoming all that you truly are, a soul, temporarily occupying a body.